Welcome to Hoops and Headspace, the podcast where mental health and sports intersect. I'm your host, Jada Rich.
I'm your co-host, Tay.
For sure, I got you right next to me today.
I don't like it. I don't like it.
I like it.
I don't want. I like being
I like
across
it.
from me. I feel like the fire gonna be hot today.
So, hold on, let me adjust my camera a little bit. Boom. So, now you can see me better. It is our New Year's episode. We struggled with the other holidays because we didn't prepare. But this time we made sure we did. So, Happy New Year's.
Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Oh yeah, Happy New Year, man.
Mine don't even do it.
Yo, it don't work. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah.
Yeah, so Happy New Year's. I also want to say happy birthday, Mama. I love you, girl. I hope you enjoy your day.
Happy birthday, Mom.
And
Happy
New
birthday.
Year's, yeah.
Sure, happy birthday,
New Year's
Moms.
will never overshadow your day for me. As you can see, we got us some guests with us today. We were able to do a collab with them. So we're going to give them an opportunity from the jump to talk they talk and let y'all know who they are individually and who they are together.
I gotta go first.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Toya, the co-host of the Be Different podcast. A Gemini. I am a true Gemini. I just go with the flow. I vibe with who I vibe with. If I love you, I love you. I mess with you. If I don't, you gonna know it. It's like, hey, it's just me.
For sure.
What's up, y'all, man? Solomon, man, the host and owner of the Be Different podcast, man. This is my mama right here for the people that don't know.
Oh
Mom
yeah, I
and
forgot. I'm a mama too.
son. Mom and son duo, man, of the Be Different podcast. But before I talk about that, man, like I said, I'm Solomon. Most people call me Solo. I'm a student at the University of Mississippi. Some people call it Ole Miss. I'm just, regular person for the podcast, just chasing my dream, man, trying to achieve my goals, just, making it in life, what my standard of making it is, man. Just happy to be here. I appreciate y'all for inviting us on the gifts. But like I said, yeah, owner and host. We got my mama on the Be Different podcast, where we a podcast, mom and son duo, where we mainly talk about sports. But since we've been doing it, we have brought on other guests, entrepreneur, clothing brand designer, videographer and photographer, artists, people that work in higher education. So we just been branching out. We just a podcast, man. Like I said, Be Different podcast. We just preach being different, being yourself, doing your own thing, being your own lane. You don't have to be like nobody. God made you in your own image. So, just write your own story, man. Like I said, just happy to be here.
For sure.
We appreciate you coming, man.
Yeah, man, I like the intro. I like the
Oh, yeah.
intro. He a pro, so you
Appreciate
know what I'm
it.
saying? I knew he was gonna be able to do that segment right there, some justice, man. So just to jump into why they are here, me and Tay have been looking for a parent athlete dynamic. So big on support systems here, because it takes a village.
Yes.
And so we get the opportunity, and y'all get the opportunity to see what it's like to have to be there for an athlete, not only through their athletic journey, but through those dark times that we don't really get to see.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm very, very, very excited about this. We doing this episode right here, raw uncut. This is script.
Nothing.
No,
Off the
nothing.
dome.
Off the
Nothing.
top of the
Off the
head,
dome.
man. We
I
gonna
like it,
learn.
I do too.
Yeah, we gonna learn just like y'all learn. It's a true therapy session today. So we just gonna start off. What school did you go to?
I went to Oklahoma High School. Yeah, Oklahoma, Mississippi.
Okay, your years of high school. When'd you graduate?
Years was 2020 to 2024.
You don't know what year
Yeah.
you graduated?
Nah, I know I graduated in 24. I had to think about the year I started.
Okay, so in them years, man, what sports you play?
I played basketball, football, baseball.
Okay,
Yeah.
like team wise, y'all was good.
Oh.
Average. What?
We was average.
Okay.
We never was the best, but we never was the worst team either. I feel like we could have been a little better, but we was average for sure. Average.
Mom calling cap.
Yeah. What?
Toy and she just talking.
I'm just talking. I was like that
she like to make jokes. She knew we were never the worst
Nah,
team.
they never was. Well, he right. They were about average. They was
Yeah,
about average.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, we talking support systems. Where you just said you was at every game just cheering him
Yeah.
on. So
Yeah.
how important, like, how good that make you feel in those shoes at all your games?
I mean, it felt good. We're not even just her. Like when it comes to support system, like you for the people that know me, like I call it my village. Like I got a lot of people in my village that support me, whether it's my mama, my grandma, my granddaddy, my auntie, her sister, my uncle, brother, my grandma's sisters or brothers, my granddaddy's sister or brother. So like I just got a lot of people that support me. So like seeing my mama at every game, you know, it felt good knowing like that she was there. And you know, like when I was young and she wouldn't be at the game sometimes, you know, I feel some type of way. But like as I got older, you know, like I understood, you know, like she worked nights sometimes. Like when she was working nights and she couldn't make it to the game, like I understood, you know, since she was like working, but it felt good knowing I had somebody there. Like I said, whether it was my grandma or my auntie or my granddad, like somebody always made sure they was there.
For sure.
And for me as a parent, yeah, like his younger years, it was some games I wasn't at, but in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm gonna miss these so I can be at the high school. And not saying that all of them weren't important, but to me, like high school is just a little bit more important, you know.
We
So
remember that, you know.
yeah, so
Yeah.
I was like, if I missed the junior high games, it's okay because I'm putting my time in now. So
Right.
when the high school games come up, tell these folks,
Right.
I ain't come. I'm not gonna be here.
So, and let me ask you this then, just to dive into that. So, for you, Solo, you said, you know, you remember when you was younger, her not being at them games, and I know, as an athlete, whatever time frame you in at the moment, like that's what's important for you. Like,
Yeah.
if you a middle school player, high school, you idolize them in the fact you want to be a high school player. But right now, like my stats in middle school is what matter to me.
Yeah.
So how did you feel at the time? Because you said now you understand
Yeah.
that she was working, but at the time when she wasn't at those games when you were younger, how did you feel?
I mean, like I said, I always had somebody there. So yeah, she wasn't there. I would, like, you know, like I ain't gonna say I'd be like sad, but I'd just be like, you know, I wish she was at the game, especially like if we won the game.
Yeah.
And I know it was a good game, but at the same time, I know my grandma was there, so she'll be able, you know, say she was there to see it. Somebody was there to see it, and then I can call her, tell her this happened and everything like this. So like I said, I felt some type of way, but it wasn't to where like I would just pout about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like not trying to sound like tough and like, you know what I'm saying? But it just, I ain't gonna say I didn't care, but I'm not gonna say it was the end of the world for me either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And so, for you, you said that which in which, you know, the ideology was those games weren't as important. He was younger, stuff like that. But just speak on, because I know, speak on how hard it is though to have a kid that's especially this in multiple sports, and then those sports like blend in at some point. Now you got a football game here, and as soon as football in, now we got basketball. As soon as basketball is over, baseball.
Yes.
You know,
And, you know, I work in the medical field, so it is. So I work 12-hour shifts. At the time, I was working 12-hour shifts every other weekend. You know, and if I was off the day of a game, great. It was so many times like I had to ask people, "Okay, can you come in early for me?" And I come back in early for you. You know, and thank God I've always had jobs where my coworkers were willing to work with me and, you know, adjust my schedule. And you know, the older I have gotten, the more I realize family time is important, because if I lose my job today, they're gonna replace me tomorrow. So the older I got, the more I realized, okay, I gotta tell this y'all, nah, I ain't coming. Y'all gotta do whatever y'all gotta do, but I ain't gonna be here, you know. And I was especially like that his senior year. Senior year, I ain't missing nothing. Like y'all, I done told y'all I ain't gonna be here. You can let me off, whatever, you know. It was a learning process for me too, you know. So and I try to do the best that I can. And like he said, thank God for our village. I mean, my mama, my dad, my sister, my brother, my aunt, cousins, family members, friends. You know, we have a huge village. So just thank God for them. Always somebody there. Always. So.
And then like even for the game that she won there, I can still remember the time also where like she was at the big middle school games. Like I remember the time where I was in 8th grade, we played Coffeeville. It was game, back and forth game. My homeboy Tonio, he had the game winning shot.
Yeah.
She in the crowd. We probably each other in the crowd. We middle school, like.
Yeah.
So like, even though she like I said, some games she won there, but I do remember the games. You know what I'm saying? So it just It's a little bit of both.
It's a little bit of both, yeah.
I feel you. That's how my mom was. My mom was like you,
Mm-hmm.
but I had, like you said, a village. Grandmama,
Yeah.
my aunties, they showing up. So I always had someone there too.
Yeah.
It takes a village. I mean, I don't care where you work at. It takes a village. I mean, whether you work 8-hour shifts or a traditional 7 to 3, I mean, it takes a village to
Yeah.
raise these kids.
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
know?
because, like y'all said, giving flowers to y'all folks, that's the same thing for me and Tay. Like, my mama wasn't the only one we discussed, grandma, everybody.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It, like you said, it feel good even if somebody feeling in that gap, just
Yeah.
to look in the bleachers and see somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And that's another thing too with me, because like, yeah, my child was out there playing. I'm a cheer for my child, but it was so many other kids out there that didn't have family
Yeah.
members there. So I'm cheering
Yeah.
for them too. If
Mhm.
I'm cheering for them, I'm cheering for Solomon. I
Yeah.
mean, because I don't want no child to feel like when nobody here for me. Like, and he can tell you,
Yeah.
this. I just wanted every child, whether they messed up or whatever, to feel like they had somebody in the stands cheering for them.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, that's true story though. Cause like you gonna, all the people I done played with my former teammates, they say the same thing. You gonna hear Solo Mom in the crowd. You gonna hear
Yeah.
Toya.
Yeah.
You gonna hear Toya though. But it's just how it is though. And it just like it ain't. It's like that. Like even like regardless of sports, like not just saying my family, the only family that do that, but like especially with Toya, like all my friends or like people that I hang around, so I always make sure like they make sure they feel like family. Like, they can come over to the house. We chill at the house, play the game. We get something
Yeah.
to eat. Y'all want something, y'all hungry, y'all need something from the store. Like I made sure everybody felt welcome and felt
Yeah.
together, like when nobody left out.
That's how it was for me. My auntie, they sacrificing because
Mhm.
I got all my boys over here. And,
Yeah.
and they,
And it's crazy how you and Solomon was saying y'all the only child. I remember when I was younger, I used to be like, I want a house full of boys. If I had kids, I want all my kids to be boys. He's the only child, but like I got so many kids, and they all like.
and
So be
that's how it
careful
is.
what you
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
They're not
Mhm.
mine biologically, but in my head and in their head, you can't tell them they're not my kids.
Right.
And I call them
Mhm.
my boys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the thing is, as a coach, I'll tell you that you doing that is very important because I know them kids personally that,
Mhm.
like I told Tay a story of, especially with boys, of parents that, like, for example, I know I had an AAU team, 2 boys, brothers. We were gone for the weekend. Parents sent them for the entire weekend, not $1. And we went to eat. We went to a pizza place, and I was waiting. I let them all get their stuff first before I go. And I saw they wouldn't sit down. I said, y'all ain't gonna eat. We don't got no money to eat. And I'm thinking in my mind, you sent 2 kids hours away from you.
First thing you sent. That's what
Mhm.
you
You know?
sent.
Yeah, no, I had to go pick them up.
Out.
Yeah. And you really don't know. Like most of the time, and which I've noticed is most of the time when you have boys, the parents are way less supportive than with girls.
Yeah.
And so speaking on that, I wanted to ask you, like, why do you feel like, even if it's just your opinion, why do you feel like girl parents tend to support more than boy parents?
That's crazy to me because you would think it would be the opposite, like with the daddies and
Yeah,
the boys, and
right.
and it may be because right now y'all know women's sports are at an all-time high. I mean, look at women college basketball, the WNBA. I mean, even female wrestling in the WWE. I mean, women's sports at an all-time high, and maybe gymnastics, Simone Biles, or Coco Golf, maybe they're seeing the financial side of it more. You coming up, you was like, you had a boy, okay, I'm making some money, him playing the sport, but maybe they're seeing the potential little girls have now with it. I don't know, but that's crazy to me because I would have thought it was the opposite.
But then Solomon, so
Mhm.
when you was playing, I know that, we mentioned you was playing football.
Mhm.
And when you were playing football, you got injured at one point or went through a time.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, it was my sophomore year. Yeah, of high school. I was playing football. Like I said on the podcast, it was the second game of the official season, but it was the third game I played. 'Cause, got the Jamboree game for the season start.
Yeah.
So it was the second game of the season. Like I said, had a great game. Arguably one of the best performances of my high school career the whole time. So like I said, it was Labor Day weekend. So we played that Friday. You know, Labor Day weekend, you off this, you out of school that Monday. So we had 3-day weekend, Saturday, Sunday. Went to my auntie house in Tupelo, got in the pool, did everything. I got out the pool, you know, dried off, but I had to do whatever. I'm sitting in the house, my leg hurt, my leg, hip hurt. Like I'm sitting in the chair, just sitting regular, but my hip. Okay, so I'm stretching out. It still hurts. I get up, I go in the house, I lay down in the middle of the floor, like middle of the living room, dead in front of the heater, just laid there. I'm scared. Everybody saying, Solomon, you okay? You all right? I'm like, yeah, but my hip hurting or whatever. I don't know what's going on. So then, I get home, like I'm walking with a limp, but like, I ain't thinking too much. I'm thinking, I'm just sore from the game or whatever. It is what it is. We just keep pushing. So I go lay down. And then after I laid down, it wasn't no more getting up, walking. I laid down like, I don't know. Like Toya said, I was in there, I was screaming, waking up in the morning like, Toya, my back hurt, my back, I need some medicine. My grandma taking me to the doctor and aim, whatever. They give me a little steroid shot, take the pain away. Pain did go away. Like I get home, I'm walking, I go to sleep or whatever. But I wake up after, out of the medicine the war, I'm still hurting. Like I can't, this ain't all right. I know something not right. Like I've been able to walk, move. I can't even sit down. Like I can't lay down in the bed. I can't do nothing. So I'm like, nah, something ain't right. So we going to the doctor. Like I'm in school now, so I'm missing school. Just going to the doctor. They don't know what's going on. They saying it's a pull muscle, bulging disc in my back that's hitting my nerves. So I go to SOG, Special Orthopedic Clinic in Tupelo in a group or whatever. So they take me to the physical therapy people. They looking at me trying to get me to do movements, stuff like that. So, but I'm going through it, but they like, you just got some pain, you got to go through this so it can get better, whatever. So, like, I'm doing the physical therapy, whatever, going through it. And this is why I was saying on the live side, out Paul, my physical therapist, his name was Paul. He was like, he had me, I was laying on the table because I had been going and I was doing exercise like throughout the time at home and everything. And he had popped my back one time. It physical therapy. And I was starting, I wasn't getting better, like, because I was still in pain, but the pain was wearing off a little bit. I was able to move just a little bit more than what I was doing, but not as much like as I could. So, going through the time, whatever. Like this is a long process. Now I'm speeding through it. I'm going fast, but this was 6 months
from September to almost the next September.
Like, it was a long process for real. So like, I'm going through the physical therapy, whatever. And like I said, he had me doing this exercise. I was laying on the table. And he had the yoga ball under me, under my legs. And I was supposed to just roll the yoga ball, just laying there, bringing my knees to my chest pretty much. And I couldn't do that. Like, I couldn't do it at all. Like, it was hurting like horribly. Like, move my legs at all. It was like, nah, that ain't right. If you got a bulging disc, you're supposed to be able to bring your knees to your chest, regardless of pain or whatever. So that's when he called the doctor. They did an MRI. And mind you, this MRI, like, this was like the 6th one. We had did like 5 MRIs, then 4, 5, 6 X-rays. Like this dude, probably this the last one. He sent me back there again. They did it, whatever. We at the house. This what Toya said that Friday. They did the MRI probably like Tuesday, want to say. That Friday, they called. You need to get him down to Jackson. He got infection and abscess on his spine. So that's when they found out what was really going on, that I had the infection in my hip and the abscess on my spine. That was causing all the pain. Like abscess on my spine, anyway, your spine, that's your nerves or whatever. So, and then the infection in my hip, that's why I couldn't move anything, because, like, I never understood that losing your hip mobility, you can't do nothing without your hips. Like, I barely could lay in the bed without pain. Like, that's when I couldn't sleep on my back. I only slept on my stomach, because sleeping on my back was too painful. Like, it was a lot going through that. But yeah, I went to Jackson. They didn't do the surgery that same night, but it was definitely the next morning, next day. Did the surgery, went into my hip, cut me open, my spine, got the infection out. I'm actually missing a part of my hip right now, because they had it like, where it was like in the crevice where they had to cut my actual hip out just to get the infection out of there. And then, like I said, got the outside of my spine. Hey, so it was a long journey, long process.
Man.
He left out this part. So We did all of that or whatever. He had to get a PIC line because he still needed antibiotics.
I forgot about that.
Discharged us from the hospital.
Uh-huh.
So he get the PIC line or whatever. We go home. Mind you, like he said, he's still in school. And he had been in school this first semester. He probably had been in school September, yeah.
Like,
and this is like
the people were coming to the doctor office, knocking on the door, like, you need to talk to them about like school and stuff. Why I ain't been at school? Why I ain't been doing no schoolwork?
To court because he ain't going to school. I'm like, bro, he in the hospital. Okay, so we get home with the PIC line. We had to put medicine in at the home. He had a home health nurse that came twice a week. And so anyway, he come home. We do all that. So we was like, okay, he can go back to school. Went back to school. First day, like Solomon, how was it? He was like, it's okay, blah blah blah. And he said he was hot or something, but it's just like made me and my mama go, He went to school the next day.
Nah, I ain't even go to school the next day. I went to school one day.
Yeah, he woke up.
Then I went home that night.
Fever.
Yeah, my girl woke up cause then I still was I still had my wound, so like they had to, my grandma had to change my wound. It was still open, so on my back, my hip healed up way faster than my back. My hip, it was pretty much healed before I even left the hospital. But my back, like with the wound being like on my spine, it was so open, like you had to take real care of it and make sure like it was clean and all that. So I was still going through that. That night, my grandma was changing it, and I was sweating, and she was like, "You hot?" And I was like, "Yeah, hot up in here, whatever." And she was like, "Let me check your temperature." And it was like it was 100 and something. So she called Jackson, and that was like, if he got a fever, you need to bring him back down here. So went to school that Monday, back in Jackson that Tuesday. For a whole another week. And then the crazy thing is, like, and I laugh at it now, but it was just so funny to me because, like, I'm 15, 16 years old doing this in the children's hospital. Like, it's babies next to me, like, for real.
Yeah.
But I work in labor and delivery, right? So we put these, like, security tags on the baby so on nobody steal the babies. They had one on him. I'm like, boy, nobody gonna steal you.
Like the nurses walking in surprised. They thought they finna see a baby, but nah, they walk in. It's me. Like,
he's a teenager.
Yeah. But I think like I said, for me, the hardest part out of the whole situation was when we had to get readmitted to the hospital because
you thought it was over.
Yes, like we were on the uphill climb. He was doing good, and then
like I was back walking and everything. I remember like the day, cause my surgery was there morning/day or whatever. So they let me rest after the surgery. Cause the surgery was like 8-9 hours. Like it was a long surgery.
Yeah.
Like I remember, it's crazy thing is, it's so crazy. Like the fact I remember this stuff so vividly. Like after the surgery, cause it was on my spine and my hip. So I'm laying on my back, and I wake up because the nurse is trying to roll me over to look at my scar on my back. I'm like, what's going on? Why am I moving? Like, what's going on? Wake up. And they trying to roll me over. So I just roll over so they can look at me. And then, like, they were like, oh, he up or whatever. Y'all can come see him or whatever. Whoop. And then, like, that next morning, the physical therapist came in there. She was like, Solomon, you got to get up. We got to get you walking. Like, they gave me them little hours after that.
I know.
I'm back up all like, I don't know if you still got a video on your phone, but like it was like Toya was recording. Like, I can't lie, I was mad. Like them folks in my ear.
He's a horrible patient,
like, they was in my ear. They was like,
hey, if you got to send it to me so I can put it in here.
Hey,
like
you find
they was in my ear like, come on, Solomon, you gotta do it. You gotta do it. You want to get back to playing sports? I'm not trying to hear this. Let me lay down. So like I can't like when I took that first step, I was like, okay, cause like taking the step. It was hard, but it wasn't because I couldn't do it. It was just my mind was like, bro, I ain't walked in months, 5-6 months. Like, if I take this step, what if I fall? You feel me? So like, but I did. I was like, okay, this something we back right now because I walk like I ain't hurt. I'm hurting, but I ain't hurting to walk. Like I'm hurting because like I'm sore, but I'm walking though. So that would just kept me motivated. Really.
Trust me, I know. Mine wasn't as severe as yours, but I had ACL.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
man.
And so now let's go back. We said that September.
Yep.
Is when it happened. So,
and Labor Day early September. So like, yeah,
right. So October, November, y'all get the results back. They tell you what it is.
Yep.
They tell you got to come to Jackson. For you, Mom, what were you thinking?
I think I was more relieved than anything because, okay, now we found again some answers. You know what I'm saying? For the longest time, y'all telling me that it's a pull muscle bulging disc or whatever, but now my child still shouldn't be in pain like this, you know? And like I told y'all when y'all was on our episode, it was like he was paralyzed, but he could still feel everything.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it hurt him to walk. It hurt him to lay down. It hurt him to shower. It hurt him to do everything, you know?
Yeah.
So I was, like I said, I think I was more relieved than anything. And then I do think fear also kicked in, but I had my mom and my dad with me. So it's like, you know, we can't, you know, that we all trying to hold it together, but
Yeah.
it was more relief than anything for me, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then Solomon, for you, when you actually found out and you, because for you it's different. Your mom is getting some relief, and which you're getting relief because you're finding out what it is, but this is happening to you.
Yeah.
We're on the way to Jackson to take you.
Yeah.
So y'all are heading up there to Jackson. What you thinking? What you feeling? I mean, that's a ride.
Me, like, it definitely was a feeling of relief too. Like, because obviously I was in pain in the car. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting up that long ride, and I was scared. I'm not gonna sit and say I wasn't scared, but like at the same time, like I said, it was just that feeling of like, okay, now we know what's going on. Because I was more so scared of the unknown, because they didn't know what was going on. We didn't know what was going on. So once we figured out, like, okay, I got an infection here. This is why this is happening. This is why I'm in pain. What do I need to do to get rid of it? You know what I'm saying? So now it was like, we're going to have surgery. So like, okay, you know, like I said, I'm 15, 16 years old. Like, I'm not scared of needles and that. Like, I'm in there taking out the side, you know what I'm saying, doing all that. But like, surgery different. Like, they cut me over, messing with my spine. Like, they said the spine, I'm thinking, them my nerves. Like, I may be, you know what I'm saying, paralyzed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Then they were saying something about, they called it just in time, because if it would have been later, it would have, like, hit my whole, that's what they said, septic, So then, like, I'm going to surgery, but, like, I know, you know, this is what gonna help me. Like, this is gonna take the pain away, so, like, I gotta do it. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, but I can say during that time, though, that's when my relationship with God definitely got stronger. Like I always believed in God. You know, so I grew up in the church. Like, my grandma used to say I went to church, but during this time, that's when me and God really were talking a lot.
Yeah.
Because I was going through a lot of stuff that a lot of people didn't know, because I wasn't expressing myself. And, like, the people that I could express myself to, I did it because I know how I am. Like, I know I'm not good at talking. So, like, if I'm expressing myself, like, I don't want it to come off like it's me, like, getting mad or, like, me fussing or something like that. Because, like I said, I know how I am, and I know I can come off as fussing or talking aggressive or having an attitude. That's why I try not to say anything, you know, so I don't know how to express it in the right way.
Yeah, man, that's what I'm saying, man. Me and you, we right here. They be doing that thing. We right there, man. So we're gonna put a pin right there on the surgery table. Okay. We in Jackson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We done figure stuff out.
Yep.
You nervous about that. Boom, we're gonna put a pin right there. Now, prior to that September of you getting that opportunity, thank God for Paul. Because if he wouldn't have really studied in his field and not chat GPT his degree.
Shout out Paul, man.
Like,
Shout out Paul.
Yeah.
For real,
and actually saw some signs and knew that something wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? So, but before that, you were a sophomore, you know, and we know, all of us know, if you athletic, I got my freshman year out the way. I'm getting this, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I already know what you when to go with this. So, like,
so you right there, you know, now it's time for my high school career to get started for real.
It's crazy that you said it, because I don't mean to cut you off.
No,
but,
you
like,
good, you good.
Like, like my guy Ben can tell you that right now. Shout out to him, because, like, I'm gonna talk about, like, the people that were there for me.
Man,
later,
you
like,
better get him their flower.
But, like, but me and him, like, cause he was a year older than me, so he was going into his junior year. I'm going into my sophomore year. After basketball season, my 9th grade year, his 10th grade year, we was in the gym every day from March all the way until the season started. Like, when I say we in the gym every day after school, we going to the football field, working out, conditioning. We done bought a ladder, got the parachute trying to get faster. During the summertime, we'll go to football workouts in the morning time. In the evening, he'll call me, come pick me up. we going to the gym just to work out extra. Like me and him both was locked in. Like this was like his junior year and my sophomore year gonna be our years.
Yeah.
To get our name out there. And like I said, like that first game we had, I had 10 tackles. The second game we had like I said, arguably one of my best moments of my career. My sophomore
what
year.
Position you play?
I had played running back and middle linebacker.
Okay.
So during that time, I
was slow.
I was fullback during that freshman and sophomore year. I was fullback because we had some other running back. Like, but I ain't really play offense.
That why he was fullback.
Yeah, I ain't really play offense my freshman and sophomore year for real. But I played defense. Like I was just starting middle linebacker. Like call the plays and all that. Cause like I was smart too in school. So like I knew. I love watching film and studying the game, so I knew like how to like you know what I'm saying read the game. I remember the play, so like I ain't gonna say I was the smartest out there, but like I was one of the smartest out there.
IQ,
exactly.
Yeah,
you gotta
I got
be there to play linebacker. So like I said, like when we played West Line, I had 10 tackles, like 3 tackles for loss, I had a sack. Like it was like one of my best games coming. You know, like you said, coming in high school. So like I'm looking at it like you know all the work I done put into something like it's paying off, like it's showing on the field and everything. So like you know. So yeah, that time like you know what I'm saying, my mind I'm thinking, you know, we doing good and put the work in. Like I know if I'm seeing the work that I put in, you know.
I'm feeling crazy.
And so when you got the news, because you said after that game, that's when stuff kind of went downhill. How did it feel in that gap? Because you didn't even get to watch your teammates. You were going through your battles and your struggles, you know what I'm saying? So how did it feel? You put in all this work and the season abruptly stops, and now, again, you're completely abruptly detached from football. Like, how was you feeling? What was you thinking?
Oh, man, I'm just like, I can't lie. I was hurt, like, for real. Like, man, crazy, 'cause I remember, I don't remember if we had a game this day. But I remember the day, like the night and the evening, whatever. I really like broke down and cried that night. Like
it was a Saturday.
No,
we was gone to the wedding.
Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, that's what it was. We did have a game that Friday.
Yeah,
because it was after homecoming.
Yeah,
that's what it was. Okay, yeah. Because I couldn't remember. It was Saturday. They was going to a wedding or whatever. My mama, my grandma, ain't was going to a wedding. It was me and my granddad. Like, you know, my granddad is like, we be at the house. If we at the house, he sleep on the couch. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in bed like. You know, if I call him, I know he gonna get up and come, you know, help me with whatever. But he in the bed, but forget all that. So like that Friday, it was homecoming. So like I'm on social media, like I'm in the bed now, but I'm still on my phone. You know, I'm on social media, I'm looking. I see everybody like celebrating homecoming. Oklahoma won, the blue team out on homecoming, everybody turned. So I'm like, you know, so I'm proud of them guys or whatever, you know, homecoming. And then they were gone, like I said, that Saturday, they were going to the wedding. So I'm in the room. I'm just laying in the bed. I'm like they wouldn't it had been hitting me cause like throughout the time, you know, I was like gradually getting depressed and stuff like that. Like I ain't never been. This how I knew I was really getting depressed. Like I ain't never been the type of person like to be scared of the dark. But I never been the type of person to like just sleep with the TV out. Like when I wake up with complete dark. So I was gonna fall asleep with TV on. But during that time, like I used to sit in the room, no TV on, had blackout curtains, put the curtains on, just sit in the dark, just lay there in the dark. Then didn't talk to nobody, didn't want to get on my phone, nothing, just laid there. But then that Saturday, I was laying there, I was like, hey, they want to hit me. I was like, I can't do nothing. Everybody out having fun. I'm at home in the bed. I was like, I don't want to call my papa for nothing, because like, he can help me, but like, what else he gonna do? I can't get up the bed and go do something. I was like, they got like grandma and them gone. Like, they wouldn't really hit me. I was in there crying. I broke down crying for real. I was like, this crazy. I was like, this ain't nothing that I pictured, like, would imagine what happened, like. And I was like, I was questioning God. I was like, why is it happening to me? You know what I'm saying? But that's when, like I said, our relationship really got closer because I stopped looking at it like questioning God, like why it happened to me. It was more so of like, what was the reason behind it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what could come out of this, you know, once I do get better and everything. That's when my mind really switched to like, you know what I'm saying, start getting motivated, like, you know, trusting God and believing, like, I'm going to get out of this. You know what I'm saying? Everything going to work out. And everything gonna be all right. Yeah, man.
I feel him.
Oh, I got a chill when he.
I know what I'm saying.
Like, I knew like when he said, because that's the thing. When you get that clarity enough in your situation to try and find the reason, the purpose behind it, you know, and just we giving flowers today. Shout out to Miss Billingsley. You remember Miss B works in Plentiful now.
They know that, but yeah, shout out Miss B. I know Miss B.
But I had a meeting there in Plentiful, and I happened to see her, and we got to talk. So she'll know why I gave her flowers because of our conversation.
Tell me off camera.
Yes.
Okay.
But
Okay.
shout out to Miss B.
Mm-hmm.
And then in those moments, so he had moments. He said that were dark. Quite literally, he wanted to be alone. Even down to the day that he cried, he couldn't remember as the person that cried what day it was. Off top, you knew. So for you, what were you going through mentally, emotionally, watching him go through this?
Honestly, I did not know until that day happened. Like, we tried to keep it as normal as possible, but it's hard. Like, at that time, I think I worked 6:30 to 5, 6:30 in the morning, 5 in the evening. So I'm getting off work, going down to my mama's house to see him. It's just, I think we tried to do what we thought was right at the time, because like I had no idea. And then I really don't even remember how I found out he had a breakdown that Saturday. All I know is that Sunday I was like, okay, I gotta go down to my mama's house. Like, this is I'm gonna be down there all day. And I called my boys and I was like, y'all, so I'm just going through right now. He needs some encouragement. And they were there, And not only did I call them, but my family, my aunts, our cousins, like, they all came down. It was just like, okay, Solomon going through, you know how they say something, you make one phone call and 50 million phone rings. It seemed like that what it was. I made one phone call and okay, we down there. Like, and my mom and them stay in the country, what we call the country. So for them to come down, and just to try to help him, that made me feel good. But I honestly had no idea I knew it was hard. I didn't know it was as hard for him, because he was, and like he said, he mostly lived with my mama. So he was at my mama's house during the week and at my house on the weekend. And, like, I was like, oh, he'll be all right. He used to stay with mama, like, it was just, I just thought it was something simple like that. But he really was going through, like he said, we were continuing to live our lives, but checking on him, and not realizing that he can't do none of this stuff that we doing, so it was a learning process for everybody.
And so, like, and just to clarify, because we speaking on that Saturday, was it a grad jam or was Saturday like a day, like, because you say cry, she says breakdown. You know what I'm saying? Was Saturday a breakdown, or was that just a...
It was just something that was just built up over time, like, from just my whole process. Like, my mama said she was living her everyday life, her regular life, going to work. My grandma going to work, granddaddy going to work, everybody going to work. And that's what, like I said, shout out my cousin Kiki, because, like, she was there for me before the surgery, after the surgery, just being literally, like, my care person, like, being there for me, make sure I had everything I need. She was wiping me when I had to use the bathroom, like, literally was my care person. So, like, just like I said, being at home while everybody else get to live their life, I'm stuck at home, don't know what's going on. Just came off coronavirus 2 years ago. I was stuck at home. I was just like, why am I stuck at home? I feel like I said, just questioning everything. Why? But like I said, that breakdown and breakthrough, I can say, like, open my eyes and show me, like,
it's an
it's something bad right now, but at the end, though, it's gonna all come out and be all right. It's gonna be, okay. We're gonna get through it.
For sure.
Breakdown and breakthrough. Ism. Ism.
So, okay, we back to that pen. It's time for you to have surgery. And you there on that table. And again, when you're on that table, you by yourself. And nobody's there.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real. When I was on the table, I was already asleep. Anesthesia had already knocked me out. But when I was on the bed and they was rolling me there, like, I was praying. I was like, God, just please get me through this surgery, like, with no complications, with no problems, no nothing. Just get me through it, alive. You feel me? Because, like, this was my first major surgery. Like, I ain't never had no surgery before. So, like, let me get through it alive, and then everything else going to work out. And then, like I said, when I got in the room where I was chilling, they had the anesthesia running through my IV. She was like, count. And I was like, 1, 2, 3, and then I was asleep. And then, like I said, I woke up with them trying to roll me over. And then, yeah. But like I said, I was just praying. Really, like, I was nervous, but I can't say I was scared. Like, I wasn't gonna be like, no, I was like, but I was, I just don't want them like to cut me open and it's crazy. Like, it's something in there that they wasn't expecting, and I gotta be, you know what I'm saying? Then in my spine too, so like this is sensitive. Like, I can be stuck. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I had a little more freedom to joke around with mine when I was getting rolled out. I was like, no, don't let them take me.
Are you for real?
I was so serious.
I believe it.
Yes, I was like, no, don't take me. I'm up here. No, mama. Just joking with it.
My grandma knew was with me. It was like, let's do it. Like, not let's do it, but I knew, like, I don't want to be in pain no more. So if this guy get the pain away, come on.
Yeah, but he ain't lying about the anesthesia though. Oof.
So, that's some. Yeah, man.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, they say I'm finna. What they tell you to do? Count backwards or something, and they count. But so for you, he was asleep, and he said that surgery was like what 8 hours? How long?
It was the longest surgery.
So yeah, for him, he's asleep. How's it for you sitting there for 8 hours waiting on him to come out?
Well, I wasn't there at the hospital the whole time. I think his daddy had came down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so me and his daddy went and got something to eat while my mom and daddy stayed. And when we got back, my mom and daddy left to go get something to eat. So it was like and then again, we're not at the height of COVID, but we still in the middle of COVID. So the visitation rule was still kind of strict or whatever. So we were just swapping in and out. But I mean, when his dad and I went to get something to eat, we rode around Jackson or whatever, just trying to take our mind off of it. But I don't remember feeling scared because, again, relief. Like, this is the answer that I've been praying for, that I've been waiting on. Like, this is finna fix my child. So I don't remember feeling scared at all.
I commend y'all getting through that because, like you said, y'all coming off of his surgery, COVID.
Yeah.
I had mine 2015 going into my senior year, so like
pre-COVID.
Yeah, we wait. Like, I ain't have to worry about that. So y'all getting through that through COVID, man. I commend y'all for that, for real.
Yeah, because I know that's chaotic.
And like after the surgery, when we were still in the hospital, I stayed at the hospital at night while my mom and dad went to the hotel room. And then they would come during the day, and I would go back to the hotel to try to get some sleep. Because in time, I was in school also online, so I would go back to the hotel, do schoolwork, try to get some sleep. Because y'all know you don't get no sleep at the hospital because they coming in and out all during the night.
Comfy, so really for the guests.
Right. And so just like, again, shout out to my mom and daddy because we were able to just work it like that, and then his daddy came down on the weekends because he was still working too, so somebody had to keep working because we needed the money, so it just worked out.
So you got the surgery done. We coming back. Everybody feel like it's okay. We see the light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And they go back to school. That last one day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what are we thinking when we felt like we made it through and we back again?
For again, that was the hardest part because like you said, I'm thinking we see the light at the end of the tunnel. He's back in school, like things are kind of getting back to normal, and then boom, this fever happens and we're back in the hospital. And I remember that was my crash out that time. We were when we went to Jackson, we didn't go prepared to stay, which we should have. Jackson's almost a 3-hour drive for us. And we didn't go prepared to spend the night. And so when they said they were going to keep him, we was like, my mama knew. I was crying at the hospital because I'm like, okay, God, what are you doing? We just got over this and now we back and, we got to find out where this infection coming from, And this time he started running the fever because of the antibiotics he was on. I think, you're allergic to them, right?
No, it wasn't the fact that I was just allergic to them. It was the antibiotics and my white blood cell count was low too. So like it was hard for my body to fight infection.
He wasn't on the
general.
right antibiotic. So I remember Mama was like, just drive my truck home and get us some clothes. Like my sister stayed at home, so she was able to pack Mom and Daddy bag. I went to my house and packed my bag, but I remember like crying the whole way from Jackson back to Oklahoma because, again, I'm like, what is wrong with my child? I was on the phone with his dad, like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm pissed off at him just because I don't know what's going on with my child, you know? So for me, that was the hardest part, thinking we on uphill and then going back.
Yeah, for me, really, I'm not gonna say it wasn't hard because it was, but like I said, by then, my relationship with God was so strong. I remember telling my grandma while she was gone, like, God gonna get me through this. Like, I ain't even worried about it. Like, we gonna have to stay down, but we gonna be all right. I'm good.
We stayed down there a week that time.
But this one only reason I ain't gonna say the only reason I had to stay down there because like they had to obviously make sure I was okay. But another thing that made staying in the hospital a longer process was them drawing my blood and making sure wasn't no more infection growing. You know what I'm saying? So we had to wait on the lab to see if the infection was gonna come back, and they had already told her that was gonna be 3, 4, maybe 5 days anyway. So that's the length of a week right there already. So.
And another thing too, I remember when we were at the emergency room in Jackson with the fever, the nurse was like, honestly, the best scenario would be if he tested positive for COVID, because at least we would know why he had a fever, whereas you got a fever, now we got to find out what's infected, you know.
And then how that make you feel? Because again,
I was just gonna
now
say
question marks again. Now
yeah,
you with
question
me
marks
with a bunch of
again.
question marks again.
You saying the best scenario is COVID? Just 2 years ago, COVID is killing people left, right, up, and down. But you telling me this is the best situation?
And he already got a low white cell count.
Yes, his immune system already low. So I mean,
And then that's why I was like, for me, I ain't gonna say that's why I was scared, but it did make it more scary because I had my PICC line. And that was the antibiotic going straight to my bloodstream. So if it was because the antibiotic and my PICC line not being clean, it going directly to my blood. Like, it ain't no process you got to go through. Like, it's in my body, now it's in your blood. You know what I'm saying? So,
man, that's just a lot to deal with.
It is. Man. It is. Mm-hmm. So, when did it get to the point where you were able to actually go back to school and things actually got back to normal?
See, like, so what we didn't even include, so after the hospital, getting the process of me walking and gaining my strength. So like, it was just progression. Like I started off with a walker,
Hold on, I'm sorry to interrupt him, but this is crazy. Chiefs will miss playoffs for the first time since 2014 after they just lost. Kansas City.
What was the score?
13-16. They lost to the Chargers. Pat Mahomes won't be in the playoffs this year.
15 years straight.
The kids.
I'm sorry, y'all. That's that sports. That's that
you good.
Hey, the kids going crazy right now. They are upset.
Fact.
I'm sorry.
No, you good.
Well, like I said, start off with I had a walker starting out like like an old person walker, like 2-handed or something. I had a tennis ball on the bottom of, I started off with that, and then like just build my strength, just getting back to walk, being able to squat and sit down, just doing regular stuff. And then when I went to school, that's when I had transitioned to a cane. Like my granddad had an old cane, so I'm walking around school with a cane. I got a notebook in my hand, cane in this hand, so like, but see that day I went to school with the cane, and then I did come back, and then we got home. I don't think I went straight to school after getting home.
You did.
Because the doctor wanted my white blood cell kind of get up. So I think we waited because I was checking my chart and stuff like that to get that up. And then I'm trying to think when I officially started.
Yeah, like you went
going back to school.
I know it was basketball season was in because you went started going to practice. It was second semester.
It was, but
yeah.
And I remember it was. I went to school for a little bit right before Christmas, right before we got our Christmas break. But when Christmas break hit, that's when I really started hitting therapy hard. Cause Christmas break, I was going 3 times a week. Yeah. And so after Christmas break, that January part, that's when I really was in school back normally, every day.
To clarify, after that December of your sophomore
year.
So after that December of your sophomore year, you was back and you was So about towards the middle of basketball season, you coming back.
Yeah, like toward like that Christmas break coming back because I was going to physical therapy, but I was basically a manager for the basketball team. Mm-hmm.
He actually came back to play that season.
It was a division tournament.
The
division
tournament
back and
like in February, so he actually
that was my
played
first game back.
Yeah. Hey, I commend you for getting back.
It was the last game of the season, but
I came back. I remember Coach Clinton had called my grandma. Coach Clinton, that's the name of my coach. Had called my grandma. My mom and them made sure everything was straight. Like they were cool with me coming back, and I remember he surprised me with the backpack with my jersey and everything.
Yeah, shout out to Coach Clifton, Coach Anderson, Jarrell,
facts.
Jarvis, their whole Oklahoma High School basketball team coaching staff. Because, like he said, my mama works at school. She's a school teacher. She's retired, but she still works 2 days a week. So everybody had a relationship with her. Like they called my mama over me for Solomon. It is what it is. But like. Coach Clifton called. He was like making sure Solomon was good. And not only the basketball coaches, but the football coaches as well. Yeah. Like everybody called, was making sure he was good. When he went back to school, they made sure he had the things he needed. So again, that village.
And like I remember during my time, like even coming back to practice, like I would still do some of the stuff, but like it wasn't like, oh, he back, just throw him out there. Like they had me doing specific training to like come like my physical therapy gave me something like a little guide to show them, but they was like just slow process, make sure I was okay, like wasn't going too hard. They actually built me back up to get back to game speed. The ones that like saying he back from injury, just throw him out there and see what happens.
Yeah.
Cause I ain't gonna like going storm back like I was in pain, like going back out there running and everything. Like I was going home, hip hurting, back hurting, but it just come,
You ever had that thought like, what if something go wrong?
Yeah,
you was doing it.
Yeah, I did, and it's crazy you say that because I remember when I broke it. It was my junior season. We was playing in Nettleton. My coach, I had always got on to me about not taking charges because like I was never scared to get in front of nobody when they were driving, but I always used to try to get in front of them and swipe at the ball. And like sometimes like I'll do it, they'll let me get away with it. Sometimes they do it, call a foul. But like recently I had been getting a foul call, so he was like, man, so we gotta start taking charges, like take a charge. But in my mind, I'm like, I'm not scared of taking a charge. I'm scared if I hit the floor, like what gonna do with my back? Like I got the scar on my back and everything. But I remember that game that we were playing Nelson. They were driving the ball down. I had stood and I took one, and I was like, okay, that ain't nothing. Like okay, you feel me? So I remember that. They got to like 4 charges that game. I remember. So that they were really just broke that thought in my head, like, nah, like if something else can happen.
I never got over that.
Really?
I
like, and it's crazy that I say in basketball because I played football my junior year too. In football, like, I never had that thought about like.
I did.
Playing football, I never thought like, saying I might miss my back up again. I never thought about it like that.
And maybe because he had played football when basketball season came back around, I wasn't worried about it. But that first football game back, the spring game, as a parent, like, okay, I trust the process. I know he good, but what if,
Mm-hmm.
Oh, we didn't even tell him why we think you got the infection.
Oh, yeah, I didn't. Well, the doctor never figured out where it came from. But before this happened, during the summertime for my sophomore year, I helped my granddad to cut some trees down in the yard. And I was climbing up the ladder to get up the tree to give him the chainsaw. But the chainsaw he had in his hand, and the tree fell out the tree while I was climbing up the ladder. So, like, from keeping it from hitting my head, I had the chainsaw, and then I put my shoulder up. So it didn't hit my head, but the chainsaw, it cut my shoulder. I got the scar on my shoulder right here. And that what they think came from, because I didn't go get no tetanus shot. My granddad was like, man, he all right. Watch, he a sperm.
He be all right.
Yeah. So. But yeah, that's what we think it came from. Just
because like right after that, well not right after that, but like I was still going to some workouts in football, so grass and everything, and then got in the pool. Like they really think like the pool, the grass and everything, like chlorine.
The open wound. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. So you come back your junior year, and you was playing and stuff. That process of coming back. You said that everybody was there for you.
Yeah.
In which people differ. So for you, that experience, that rehab to come back, to going to therapy all them days and all that, how was that for you? Was that a positive or a negative?
It was positive. Like Cause even when I went back to physical therapy, I went back to SOG, and like Paul was my physical therapist. So like the same Paul that figured out what was wrong with me was the same one that got me through it. Like towards the end, I started going like to other people because like he got so like he was like one of the head physical therapist. Like he don't even work at SOG no more. Like he like one of the top people in physical therapy or whatever. So like, but like going to physical therapy and everything, going through that process, it was good for me really. Cause like yes, I wasn't playing, but at the same time I was still around the team. Like I still got to be at practice. I still was going to the game. Like I still was around. And then that year, cause it's crazy we talking about this. Cause I saw the other day it been 4 years since Ty died.
Yeah,
my
I saw
coach,
that.
my basketball coach, Coach Ty, he was our head coach, Coach Clifton brother. He died from cancer during that time. So like during that time when he had died, I remember he died, had the funeral and everything. After he died, we had like 4 or 5 games the week after. We had won all those games. Like the team were drawing together and everything. So just going through what I was going through, seeing my support, and then having our coach die, which is our head coach brother, us coming together and being for him and his family and everything. It was just like it was something I would never expected to happen, but it was good that it happened because it just showed me like a different side of like. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I love playing sports, but like it's still life outside of sport. Like it's reality. Like you know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy thing can happen. Like he died, and not saying that like I thought I was gonna die, but I could have died. You know what I'm saying? So like it just opened my eyes up. You know, like it's more than sports. Like they were real. Like I always knew like it was more than sports. I always had a backup plan B, but like they were really showing me that time. Like you know, it's important to have a plan B. Like you know what I'm saying? Sports gonna be here. But real life here too. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
For sure. So another question for you.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think your career would have been like? Because you said that your sophomore year, and some kids don't never turn that switch.
Yeah.
And start the training and start the grind and start to really put in that time. What do you think your career would have looked like had that never happened?
I definitely can say I feel like I would have been playing football at another level. At an next level. Like realistically, like I love the game of basketball. Like you guys seen about like growing up, basketball my first love. Like I've been playing basketball since I was 5 years old. Like I remember the first time I played basketball, me and my brother, my best friend Smith, we had the Oklahoma Celtics, Oklahoma Heat. He was on the Heat. We was saying he was like, cause they were calling me James back then. You know, everybody called my friend. They were like, James, what number you getting? I don't know. I like, what number you getting? Okay, name Javor. So I like, what number you getting, Javor? He was like, I'm getting number 6 because I'm 6 years old. He older than me now. So I was 5. I'm like, I'm getting number 6 too. I'm 6 years old, but all the time I'm 5. So like, but like really though, I definitely do see myself. I would have been playing like at a next level. Not even say like I wouldn't even say like D1, but like definitely, I feel like I would have been playing JUCO because like basketball. Like, I love basketball, but like I'm only like 5'7", so I knew realistically I probably wasn't gonna go nowhere. Like you know, I had the IQ. Like I wasn't the worst player, but size wise, you gotta be real. So like football, I feel like definitely I would have been playing.
You ain't gotta explain nothing to me, bro.
Somewhere. In football, cause like I said, my sophomore year, I feel like, especially coming off those first 2 games, would have been a monster year just to get film, and then just going to camps that summer, going into my 11th grade year. 11th grade year, I was still playing linebacker, but that's when I started playing more offensive side of the ball too, more running back, fullback type, and then just going into my senior year, because even still, like my junior and senior year, I feel like if I would have did more to try to get myself out there, I definitely feel I would have got offered, but like I didn't try. I ain't gonna say I didn't try to get my name out there, but I definitely didn't try as hard.
Another episode for another day. How coaches can ruin kids' dreams.
Oh, baby, we already got that in the books.
Yeah, we got it.
If y'all want to come back for that one, that could be the second collab.
Y'all want to come back for that one?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
But now for you, my question is: you said earlier that, you know, for his senior year, nothing was stopping you, which most parents have that ideology. But do you feel like for you it was a little more different because y'all spent the time where, as hard as it may be to travel up and down the highways and byways to support your kid, you had a stint where that may not ever happen again.
Yeah.
So do you feel like that made it a little
I do think that
different?
put things in better perspective for me because, like he said, we missed our sophomore year, So I do think, junior and senior year caused me. I was gonna be there anyway, but it caused me to okay. I'm going regardless,
That extra
Yeah,
motivation.
it's like he said, life is short. So I already missed one season because we didn't know what was going on. I'm not missing anything else. And that was not only with sports, that was with his academic stuff also. Like, I mean, even now at Ole Miss, like, if he, like, when he got inducted into Men of Excellence, I'm like, okay, I ain't gonna be here. Y'all do whatever y'all want to do, but, I'm not gonna be here. It just helped put things in better perspective for me.
I love that. And now, before we get into y'all last talk your talk, we're gonna talk about the podcast because so my question is, what made y'all start this off? Because for me, I saw what attracted me, but I want y'all to let them know what it was that started y'all off so they can better understand what makes y'all tie in with us.
Yeah. During my time in the hospital, whatnot, like this was after the surgery. I'll say like before surgery, after surgery time, when I was just in the hospital, in the hospital bed, you got the TV in there. You can watch whatever on TV, but like I really was drawn to like Sports Center, First Take, just other sports analysts, different shows like that, Shannon Sharp, like different sports analysts like that, cause like, everybody watch sports. Like y'all know we sports podcast, like we huge sports fan. Like I always want to watch sports, but like during that time, I was just watching them just talk about sports, cause like I wasn't playing sports. Like me, if I'm not playing, I'm not gonna say I don't want to watch it, but I wasn't playing for a long time. I wasn't trying to watch nobody else play. Like if I'm being honest, so that's why I was watching them talking about it, and really that's just what sparked the interest in my mind. One, cause the thought of, like I said, the fear of unknown, like not knowing if I'll be able to play sports again. So my mind was, if I can't play it, I can always talk about it. Feel me? And then for two, it was just, something just that I wanted to do. Like I knew I wanted to be a sports analyst. So my thing was, what can I do to get started now? Like we already talk about sports at home. Me, my mama, my friends, all this. Just start a podcast and see how it goes. My mama to be my co-host was, like I said, she always there talking sports, watching sports just as much as we are, having conversations. So it was pretty much what we do already at the house every day, just on camera, recorded live. Well, not live, but like recorded and then posted so where everybody else can see it.
Yep.
And so, what made you pick your mama over everybody? Because you said he got a lot of friends,
Yeah.
like-minded friends, sports-oriented friends. What made you say, nah, like, I'm gonna pick my mama?
Was it your dad who said I should be on there with you?
Yeah, he was. He really was. Like I was sitting at the house and I was telling them about it, and I was like, I don't want to do it by myself though. He was like, get your mama on there. She knows sports or whatever. And I was like, you know what? That really ain't a bad idea though. Like, cause when I was telling her about it, I was like, I wanted to be different podcasts, promote being different. I want to talk about sports, you know what I'm saying? But they would just see like, but I knew I didn't want to do it by myself. I know by myself is like, it's kind of hard, not hard, but it wouldn't be as interesting because it's just one point of view and it's me talking to the camera.
Yeah.
So like with another person, it's different point of view. We talking to each other. It's a conversation and I feel like it flows better. But yeah, he was like, get your mom on there. And I thought about like, it might as well get on there and then,
We can't tell him to watch this episode. He gonna try to take credit.
Yeah. Yeah. But like,
hey man, we gonna make sure you see this.
You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Pop.
If I gotta just put out the clip, you'll see.
Yeah,
You'll
but
see.
like my mama, like, I ain't saying like this bad thing, but she love to talk. But they just running our family though. Like the day y'all meet my grandma, she gonna talk y'all ears off. Like she gonna, I appreciate y'all so much for coming on the podcast. We thank y'all for inviting Toya and Solomon on the podcast. They're telling their story, how she felt through her process. But like,
yeah,
me,
she
like,
need to come on.
You know what I'm saying? Say that being joking, but like,
And she gonna connect with you as an educator.
Yeah,
because
like,
she's
real,
an
like,
educator. Yeah.
We just some Mississippi, we
yeah,
just
exactly.
gonna talk.
Talking. So like, and it just, I was like, might as well. I'm always at the house, and then it wasn't like, I wasn't looking at it like this at the time, but now that I look at it, it was just more convenient. Like having somebody else, have to work with their skills. Like, yeah, we be having to work with each other's skills, but I mean, it's me. She got a job. I got practice. All right, what you know how to practice? Going to the house.
I think there was a challenge too. Like when we first started off, because again, back then when we first started, I was working 12-hour shifts every weekend, and we were trying to put out episodes every Saturday.
Yep.
So it would be 1-2 o'clock in the morning. We up recording the episode because every Saturday a new episode drops at 2. But I gotta work Saturday morning, so we gotta record this episode. Gotta get a couple hours sleep, then I gotta go to work. You know.
And then, I ain't mean to cut you out, but we recording on Friday. So, on Friday, I got game.
Yeah.
We can't record till after the game. Then you don't want to, we not recording as soon as I get home from the game. Because after the game, we talking about the game.
Yep.
Then you got to get your outline ready of what we going to talk about and all this.
I have turned into a fan just from, I'm telling you, I became a fan from a clip.
Yes.
Initially, I became a fan from a clip. Just hearing them on a clip.
I remember when Jada called. She said, "Hey, you need to go check this out."
Yeah.
She said, "Listen, we can get them on. We can go do them. We can whatever. But we gotta tap in with them."
Yeah, man. Hey,
she's like, "They from Mississippi." I was like, "Oh, I'm
nervous to hit you up.
See, the crazy thing is though, cause we had did it with Kat, and I had posted, cause we did Turkey Drive Big. We had that same day.
We did.
So I was on my TikTok, just taking the views out, and I was like, "Mess with Quill. Don't text me on TikTok." And I was like, Jada, Hoops and Headspace. I was like, let me. I read the 10 minutes about it. I was like, let me go check their page. And I was like, oh, no, they hard though. I mess with them. Like,
and look, y'all, for me, it was like, he was like, yeah, somebody inboxed me about the podcast. But I'm like, for real? Like, okay, we big now. So I mean, y'all blessed us as much as y'all say we blessed y'all. Cause
for real though, cause this a great experience.
Yes,
man, I've been enjoying it, and I'm looking forward
God
to.
brought us together.
Man, I'm looking forward to what Be Different does. I'm looking forward to what Hoops and Headspace does.
Y'all gonna get big,
and I'm looking forward to what we can do together.
Yeah, for sure. Like I'm telling cause with the podcast, we already got so much stuff that we trying to do. Just with y'all, more hands, y'all do y'all content, we do our content. We just want to get everybody's name out there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
man. That's the thing.
That's one thing we really believe in. It's enough room at the table.
Man, and sure enough in Mississippi, we barely got folks at the table.
Exactly.
They won't come sit at the table.
You know what I mean?
Then I think y'all, like, we doing stuff that people from Mississippi really ain't doing. Like, you don't see nobody from Mississippi just having a podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like, like I said, everybody sit around at the house and talk, but nobody want to record and take the time out to try to make it something big. So, man, that's why I commend y'all for real.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Seeing y'all process. Like, y'all process way harder than what, like,
really?
what we started off with. Like, we said,
man, again, this is not when we first started, we had this stand right here that you see in front of you. Only, and not even this stand, a different stand than this. I was over there. Tay was where you was at. I had my iPad, and this is where we get to show our age, and you get to act all young. I had my iPad from 2015, from when I went to Northeast. No, not 15. It was like 2017 and 18 when I went to Northeast. And you got to get an iPad for school or whatever.
I remember that.
Yeah, so, but when you get it, yours. So after I graduated, it was mine. So imagine that old iPad, 32 gigabyte.
Yeah.
On that stand, I had mine over there. Take like to travel with.
Yeah.
Tay would have one of those clipped on. I had one of those clipped on. And that's what we had.
Yeah.
And even before we started using this to record, we were just using like our camera, and we connect the camera, the mics to the camera. Okay, so but then you run to that's a 32 gigabyte. It's not gonna hold. Then you got mine, and it's doing the same thing. So
it's a process, man. But like I said, I commend y'all though, cause like y'all still doing. Like a lot of people don't understand. Like most people give up.
Yeah, Jada told me. She said it's a study fact. Most folks give up at episode 10.
Yeah.
And I don't know where we at now. But I know we past 10.
I can see that though.
Yeah.
I can see episode 10. Yeah.
But like Tay said, man, y'all make sure I go check out their podcast. It's one of them ones for me. They getting up there on that list the more I dig into episodes.
Thank you. Appreciate
for
that.
sure. And then again, we give everybody 2 opportunities. Most people after they warm up and get comfy, you know what I'm saying, they second one.
Yeah.
Is it. You know what I mean? Before we get up out of here, this is the Be Different podcast opportunity / Miss Toya's opportunity / Solo's opportunity to talk your talk, man. Let them know whatever it is that you want the people to know.
I gotta go first.
Yep, I went first time.
Well, first off, I want to let people know, man, y'all tune in to Hoops and Headspace, bro. Y'all keep tuning in, keep watching, bro. I got a great thing going on here, bro. They just trying to spread positivity into the world on mental health, bro, because mental health is very important. I ain't gonna lie, I used to be a person to say, they say depression is not real until I went through it, and it's definitely a real thing. Mental health is definitely important, so y'all tune in to their podcast, man, whether you're an athlete, coach, just a regular person in general, you're going to definitely get some important information from that video.
That's right.
Second, I want to say thank y'all for inviting us on the podcast and just coming down to be on our podcast and just contacting us and interacting with us and, you know, building a relationship. Because like Toya said, we locked in for life now.
Oh, yeah, man, it's over with.
Like, we locked in for
yeah.
sure, man.
Hey, after this episode, even more than y'all
yeah.
know.
Oh, okay.
Facts for sure, man.
Yeah.
So, appreciate y'all. So hey, I appreciate y'all for real, man. But like I said, we the Be Different podcast, man. Mom and son duo. They just love talking about sports and just anything else that's going on, man. I've been holding it down by myself while I've been in Austin, but Toy been holding it down with the interviews at home during the game. So like I said, man, y'all listen to the podcast on all platforms, YouTube. Go watch the visual episode, man. Then if you just want to hear the audio, it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Anywhere else where it's your podcast, you know, all at the Be Different podcast. I'm going to let Toya say social media. But y'all, man, y'all make sure to tune in the Be Different podcast, Hoops and Headspace. Just continue to support, man. Like, we got some good things going on and not trying to, like, brag and nothing like that, but we actually
Yes, we are. This is Talk Your Talk.
If you hear me,
exactly. Appreciate that, Mom.
Exactly what you're doing.
This is exactly what you're
because, you know, this is the thing, Solo. The reason why we do the Talk Your Talk moment is because Tay always comes at me at the fact that I don't give myself flowers for anything.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's so easy at times to give flowers to others.
It is.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we offer that opportunity because, hey, yeah, I did.
Yeah,
you know
I feel it. Yeah, you right.
Yeah, man. So we
You're
need
right,
to brag.
You supposed to be like, yeah, I did. Remember when I was in high school and I told y'all I was going to do this?
Yeah.
I did it.
Yeah, there it is.
For real, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Y'all just tune in, though. Like, so we spread some positive messages, man. That's what we need in the world right now, but some positivity, man.
Most
But for sure, that's all I got to say.
He ain't really talking.
Yeah, you finna
But,
don't worry about it.
anyway, like I said, I told y'all we was gonna do this thing, and we did. And we the Be Different podcast, and we gonna be the #1 podcast in the very near future. Clock that T, yes, the little girls.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I like that. That's it right there.
But well, everything Solomon said, and y'all just keep tuning in, keep watching. Y'all,
for sure.
y'all think we doing something now? Just
I'm
keep
telling you,
watching.
26, we
just
got
keep
We got some
watching.
stuff coming up, man. We got some stuff coming up next week, actually.
Yeah.
I don't
Hey, man,
know nothing about it, but keep watching.
So,
But yeah.
like we said, new year, new me, man. You know, before we get up out of here,
I know.
what's y'all message to people coming into this new year, man? Into 26. We leaving 25. What y'all got for the folks for 26?
What you got?
I don't know, because like honestly for me, you know, like how you just said, new year, new me. I'm like, nah, that ain't it.
Yeah, I hate when people say that.
That's not me. But for 2026, just do you, be your authentic self, be happy, do what makes you happy, because at the end of the day, that's all that matters, what makes you happy. And I say all the time, if you like it, I love it. I mean, because it ain't got nothing to do with me. You know, if that's what you want to wake up to in the morning time, that's on you. You know, so just do you, be happy.
Yeah.
Period.
And then, like she said, man, just be different. You know, I'm gonna say that, man. Do your own thing, be your own lane, be different, man. 2026, your year. Like, don't change up who you are, just change up some habits that you're doing. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you ain't doing the best of the job, you feel like you're doing, do better. You know what I'm saying? Grind harder. Like, this your year. Don't worry about nobody else. Just be you, be different.
For sure.
What's your message, Coach?
I knew it. For me, like you said, I hate that phrase, new year, new me. It's new year, more growth.
Yes, yes. I
You know,
like this.
Ooh, is on.
Oh, we're gonna have to figure it out.
Oh,
Fall of the week.
but no, it's new year, more growth. Like you said, we're not trying to change and turn into a new person necessarily.
Yep.
I'm just trying to evolve and grow the
Right.
person I am. Are there things that I could change for the better? Yes. But there are things about me that are great that I want to keep. So no, it's not new year, new me. I think new year, new me screams a lack of self-confidence, a lack of knowing who you are, because you're having to constantly change and mold into something else over and over and over to try and find yourself. You are yourself. Like you said, be different and just pour into that and just continue to mold that into a better version of yourself. That's my message.
All right. Tay, what's your message?
Yeah, man.
Why you got?
Yeah, man.
What's for rapper?
Yeah.
Hey, I ain't got no message for y'all, but I got a message for me. I'm
sure.
gonna be me.
Yeah. At the end of the day.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
be me.
If anybody gonna be different,
And
it's him.
I'm gonna just clear this up. Jada did not make me wear that hat that way. I do this strictly on my own.
Thank you for clearing that up for the
Because a lot of
public.
folks been coming at Jada. Why you let him do that, Jada? Listen, I call my own shots.
I allow him to be his own man.
Yeah.
That's that only child syndrome
Yeah.
again.
I'm gonna
So
do
that's
it.
what he
I'm
want to
gonna do what I do.
He
and
want
that's
to
me.
cock his head to the side like he T.I. in the 99 and the
And it's like,
2000s, then you do that. And we'll live. but hey, man.
Big glad Easter.
Happy New Year's,
Happy
bro.
New Year's, man.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Mama.
2026.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Happy
Mom.
birthday.
Everybody, I hope y'all have a great, great, great year. If 25 wasn't the best, I hope 26 is. Most definitely, man.
That's
For
right.
sure.
So
for
let me
sure.
see if mine will
Facts.
work this time. Happy New Year.
Yay!
Happy New Year. Happy New Year.
Blessings and love.
It worked this time.
We appreciate
yeah,
y'all
man.
again, man.
Thank
for real.
y'all again.
Man,
yeah.
for sure. Hey, this is Hoops and Headspace, that podcast where mental health and sports intersect. I'm your host, Jada Rich.
I'm your co-host Tay.
And we had our guests, the Be Different podcast, and they are,
I'm your girl, Toya.
I'm Solomon.
for sure, man. And we out this thing, man.
We
We
out.
appreciate y'all.
Peace.